Have you seen your loved one or your client do something wrong or worse, do something unsafe, and you're not sure when you should correct or when you shouldn't correct? If that's you, then you are going to get a lot out of this video because we are going to be talking about the 3 times that you probably shouldn't correct your person with dementia and the 1 time you absolutely should. By the way, if you do use one of these guidelines and get a win with it, make sure to let us know in the comments below so we can celebrate you. And while you're at it, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video ever again. So with all that being said, let's hop right in. So there are 3 situations that a lot of people think they should correct, but probably don't actually have to. And in fact, when they do correct their person with dementia on these 3 things, they tend to get more arguments, more agitation, and just more conflict than they need. Honestly, our energy levels are very limited when we're caregivers, so we have to be able to pick our battles and be able to save our ability to protect our loved one or our clients for when they really need it. So the 3 situations are when they do something strange that's harmless, when they say something strange that is harmless, or when they say something totally wrong but also harmless. Really, the thing all these have in common is that they seem weird, but it's not hurting anybody or themselves. And while we're all very used to correcting somebody or pointing out when we see weird things, we want to be sure to just let be what we can let be, to give them as much independence and autonomy as we possibly can, which lessens the arguments and lessens the agitation, while at the same time really looking out for our own energy. So our first situation is when they are doing something kind of strange, but it's not hurting them or anybody else. This could be them wearing multiple shirts, could be them carrying around stuffed animals or carrying pennies in their pockets, or it could be insisting on the same meal every day. So that is the first one. The second situation is when they say something that's a little weird, or something that you know for a fact probably isn't true, but it's not upsetting them and it's not really upsetting anybody else. This could be them excitingly telling you that Aunt Becky, who has been dead for years, gave them a call. It could be them telling you that the kids are playing in the living room when you don't see any kids, but they seem fine with it. Or it could be them excitedly telling you about a vacation they're taking to the Bahamas next year when, obviously you guys aren't going to go. All these things, again, like our first one, are a little weird, but harmless overall. Things you can say to respond to this could be saying, okay, sounds good. Cool. Again, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to not try to bring them back to our reality, but I promise you, it is not worth the fights. It is not worth your energy. So that's our second one, when they say things that are a little weird. Third situation is when they say something that you know is flat out wrong, but also harmless. This could be them saying, did you know Paris is actually in Italy? Or they could be saying, hey, Aunt Becky lives in California, when you know darn well Aunt Becky lives in New York. Or that President Trump is still the president, even though you know for a fact that now Joe Biden is the president in 2021. So that's our third thing, when they say things that are just flat out wrong. So our last one is the time you should absolutely correct them. And that is when they are doing something that is putting themselves or other people in danger, or that is a safety issue. So this could be if grandma's trying to get up and walk around when you know she's going to topple right over, or when Uncle Joe tries to get outside and wander out into the street. Clearly, you got to correct him. You got to tell him that he can't. And that may cause some arguments and some friction, but these are the kind of fights that you do have to fight when your person has dementia. So there you have it. The 3 times that you shouldn't correct your person with dementia and the 1 time that you should. when they say something that is a little weird, when they do something that's a little weird, when they say something that's flat out wrong. Those are all things that you shouldn't correct, or it's best for you and them if you don't. Obviously, you're going to do what you want. And our one that we absolutely should is when their safety is at stake. So again, everybody, if you get a win with any of these, if you reduce a fight that you would have otherwise had by not correcting and you get that win, please let us know in the comments. And if you want to share it with more folks, we have a free Facebook group on challenging behaviors that you can absolutely join in the description box below. And with all that being said, I hope to see you in the next one.